always said, everyone comes from different backgrounds, but we all have a chance to be great. Some may live lives of warfare. Others like us live lives of peace. And our peaceful valiant town of Hama was our family. Hunters, crafters, and the like filled the family roles of the Gladens. As I opened my eyes in the century-old home, hearing faint sounds of the workshop on the first floor, I knew that I too was going to be on that list, just like my dad, and his dad before him. I lazily looked at the clock before my eyes went wide. Fucking shite! I'm gonna be late! Immediately ripping the blankets off of me, swearing up a feckin' hurricane as I threw my belongings into various duffel bags. Why didn't I do this last night? I looked at my workbench, seeing the chaotic mess it had become. Various blueprints, notes, started projects, wadded papers of bad ideas scattered across the surface and the surrounding floor. Right, that's why. I stood, looking through the blueprints, seeing if there was any I wished to bring with me. The more blueprints I went through, the more blueprints I found. Alright, note to self, get an organizer. I quickly threw away all the wadded papers into the 10-gallon trash can by the desk, noticing the overflowing bin. And a bigger trash bin.
Clover Gladen, if you don't hurry up, you're going to be late for the transport out of here. You don't want to walk to Bacon.
My mother's voice, echoing from downstairs. It snapped me back into reality, and I looked at my luggage. I still have stuff to pack. I looked around for my toolbox. Where did I put it? I always put it on my desk. Where the feck is it?
And you really don't want me taking you there now, do you?
Oh god. That really is the last thing that I want. Knowing Dad, he would declare that dreaded nickname. Instead of organizing, I did the Gladen way, and just threw everything I felt that I needed, including 12 sketchbooks, beginning to just say feck it in regards to my toolbox. Come in! I turned, looking at my bedroom mirror one final time. My brown, medium-length hair was all over the place, with the only thing trying to contain it was the green tie holding it back and a short tail behind me. My green eyes would dart over my pale, lightly freckled skin, making sure I didn't have any oil or dirt patches or marks clinging on. While it didn't bother me being a bit of a grease monkey, I figured my first appearance probably shouldn't be S1. Going down as I dust some crumbs off my dark green hoodie and blue jeans before kneeling down and retying one of the laces on my boots, the black glove on my left hand getting caught in the knot had to be pulled back on. Taking a deep breath and saying a quiet goodbye for now to my room, I ran through the doorway and down the set of stairs to the workshop below. Similar to my room, the workshop was a disaster. Different projects, mechanisms, and contraptions were scattered all over the work tables and shelves. Schematics, blueprints, notes, and posters covered all the walls to the point where you could hardly tell that the wall behind it was painted a pale green. Behind the counter, my mother, Oriana, would stand with her hands on a small, closed green toolbox.
Certainly took your sweet time. Here's the tools from your desk. Don't want to leave without them.
I breathed a sigh of relief, feeling complete with my tools. I had to awkwardly adjust the bags on my shoulders to be able to hold the toolbox. Thank you, Mum. I hugged and gave her a quick kiss on the cheek. Okay, I gotta go. I'll call when I get there. I had barely put pressure on the doorknob before a booming male voice was heard behind me.
Oi! Little rabbit! You forgetting something?
I felt my face heat up. God, I had a mental image of how red my face was. I slowly turned around, seeing the large, burly, legendary trapper huntsman himself, Bruno Gladen. I let out a sigh and ran to give Dad a short hug.
No, I didn't mean saying goodbye to me. Although, that is a nice bonus.
He would give me a 11 pat on the back before pulling out from behind his back a sheathed short sword, the family weapon that was passed down the generations of Gladens, the Glade Blade. I held it carefully, I gulped, and nodded as he stuffed the weapon into one of the duffel bags. Thanks, Dad? He gave me a better hug, with a proud chuckle.
If you left for Beacon without your weapon, you would really be in a bind. I did a wee bit of tinkering, adjusting and cleaning, so that it'd be more suited.
He released me, turned me around, and started pushing towards the door.
Best hurry along now. Transport leaves in 5 minutes.
I looked at my scroll and yelped, swinging open the door. Gotta go! Love you too! Bye! And there I went, running as hard as my legs could go to make it to my transport. However, I can't shake this feeling that my peaceful demeanor was going to be challenged almost immediately at the start of my journey.
Listen here, old man. We don't want any trouble. Just hand over your lean, and things don't have to get ugly.
I'm telling you the truth. I don't have anything. Gah!
But that is a lie, my friend. Can't help but notice the gold teeth you got there. Now hold still and keep quiet. What the hell?
Hey, you know, there are some nicer dentists just 3 alleys down. Just take 2 lefts and a right. Or is it 2 rights and a left? No, a left, then a right, then a left. And that's it. They'll help you out. Honestly, I had no idea what was going on. I mean, if they really cared about their teeth, shouldn't they just go to a professional or brush their teeth? That's what I do. And my teeth are perfect. I think. The bandits were staring at me, allowing the old man to look for the dentist most likely. But he went right! No, I said left, right, left. He'll find it. Who knows? Maybe he'll find an even better dentist, like one who gives ice cream. God, I could go for ice cream. And food. I should stop to eat. Or should I? Would I have time? How long was the plane ride? Oh, wait, the bandits are glaring. That's usually not a good sign.
You shouldn't have done that, girlie.
The bandit said, really upset as he grabbed his knife and stood up, the others drawing their own weapons. Are they wanting to spar? Gonna give them my best shot.
Now hand over your stuff, and maybe we won't hurt you as much.
I didn't let him finish. It's weird having to talk while sparring anyways, so I kicked a small bag of spice into his mouth. I looked at my scroll. Now something about this felt worrying. Oh, Rocky Road! I'm gonna be late! Sorry, but I gotta catch a ride. Bye-bye. Maybe we can spar when I get back. I immediately charged down the dizzying alleyways. I heard someone yelling behind me.
Don't just stand there, you morons! Get her!
Wow, that bandit was really rude. I mean, he is a bandit. I guess that does make a little sense. But still, how rude! After his rude comment was shouted, all 4 pairs of footsteps followed my trail. Some would fade away, as they probably planned on flanking me. How badly do these guys want to spar? That's when it hit me. What if these guys didn't want to spar with me? Guess that means I didn't have to hold back anymore. I looked back, surprised to see the 2 bandits following me, closing the distance quickly.
We almost got her.
Slow down, you bit. What's she doing?
I grabbed one of my wind dust arrows and aimed down. Sticking my tongue out at them, I fired the arrow, launching myself onto the rooftop. Alley-oop! The force of the blast would send the 2 flying on their behinds. I heard them groan as I landed perfectly on the ledge, Don't even want to go into how many attempts that took to perfect. I waved goodbye and jumped onto the next group. I felt the whiz of a bullet go by my face, making me yelp in surprise.
Get up there! We'll pincer maneuver her ass.
I looked below, seeing the other bandits chasing me on the ground level. Another bullet being fired, barely missing. Not a bad shot. A quick look showed me that one had a club, and the other had a revolver. The clubber chucked his club at me and ran ahead, scurrying expertly up a post to try and intercept me on the roof. These guys weren't the brightest, but this particular bandit could climb, possibly even faster than me. I stumbled back, only to barely dodge another shot. I looked from the gunman back to the clubber, seeing him pulling him over the ledge.
Don't do anything stupid.
I did the first thing that came to me. I charged as hard as I could and jumped on him, sending both of us to the ground below, positioning us so he would land on his back and become my cushion, rolling and would fire an arrow at the gunman in one fluid motion. The arrow went perfectly into the gun barrel, encasing the man's hand in ice, attaching it to the gun. While the bandit attempted to free his hand, I would take this time to escape, going down a different alleyway, only to run into the bandit's leader.
You have nowhere to run now, girlie.
I turned around, hearing footsteps behind me, seeing the two bandits that first started chasing me blocking the exit, along with the two I just dealt with soon hobbling in from behind them. I twisted on one heel and looked at the leader, and came up with a genius response. No, you have nowhere to run! I simply kicked his shin, causing him to jump around on one leg while the four behind me began to charge. Drawing an arrow, I fired it towards the incoming group. The arrow zoomed and landed behind them.
You miss?
He would go from mocking me to being confused, as he suddenly was pulled back by the gravity dust arrow. All four bandits slamming into and piling up on one another. Turning my attention back to the bandit leader, my face would be met with his fist before he grabbed me by the wrist, pulling me to the side, slamming me up against the wall.
I've had enough of you!
And we've had enough of you.
A new voice would be heard from behind the man. When he turned around, he would see a large group of people with clubs, hammers, shovels, and rocks. Among them was the old man. The one who spoke up had a scalpel in hand. Oh, hey, Dr. Enamel. I would then turn to the old man. Glad you found the dentist okay? Panicked, the man would grab me and hold me close, putting a knife to my throat.
I don't know who you all are, but if you take one more step, I will slit her throat.
Soon after saying that, he would feel what felt like a tase from his side, his body stiffening and jolting, before finally dropping the knife and collapsing to the ground. In my hand, a small ball of lightning disappeared and vanished into a multi-gemmed ring on my hand. While the group quickly moved in to pin and take care of the rest of the bandits, the man would step forward and check me over.
You okay?
Yeah, Dr. Enamel, I'm good. A little sore, but good, I said, flashing him an innocent, bright smile full of white teeth.
Smart of you to send the old man my way. Could have been really bad for you if you didn't. Also, good job on keeping up on brushing your teeth. We'll make sure these 5 are locked up for this. If I'm not mistaken, you need to get a move on. The shuttle leaves in... oh dear, 10 minutes? Esme? Esme?
I was gone in a flash, forgetting, again, that I had somewhere to be. Thank you! It was nice seeing you again! Bye! I felt my heart soar with excitement. I get to become a huntress! Yeah?